My dear friends, I am so glad you are here today. When life feels overwhelming, there are moments when your heart becomes tired, even if your body keeps moving. You smile in front of people, but deep inside you are carrying silent battles no one can see. This is the time to stop trying to handle everything alone and bring your burdens before God in prayer. God understands every tear, every fear, and every sleepless night that has been weighing on your soul. Today's prayer is for strength, peace, healing, and the reminder that you are never fighting your battles alone. Heavenly Father, today I come before you feeling exhausted by the weight I have been carrying. There are moments when life feels heavier than my heart can handle, and I do not always know how to keep moving forward. Some days I wake up already tired, already worried, already fighting thoughts that try to convince me that I will never overcome what I am facing. But right now, Lord, I choose to bring every burden to you because your word reminds me that your strength is made perfect in weakness. I confess that I cannot do this alone anymore. I need your power to hold me up when I feel like I am falling apart inside. Faith. You see the hidden battles no one else notices. You see the tears that fall in silence, the pressure that builds in my mind, and the fear I try to hide behind a smile. You know every disappointment, every heartbreak, every delay, and every moment that has drained my energy. Even when others do not understand what I am going through, you understand completely. You know how hard I have been trying to stay strong. You know how many nights I stayed awake worrying about my future, my family, my finances, and the struggles surrounding me. Today I surrender all of it into your hands. Lord, when my mind becomes overwhelmed, remind me that I do not have to carry tomorrow's worries today. Teach me to trust you one step at a time. Give me strength for this moment instead of fear about the future. When negative thoughts try to fill my heart, replace them with peace. When discouragement whispers that I should give up, let your voice speak louder and remind me that you are still with me. Help me to remember that difficult seasons do not last forever and that you are working even when I cannot see immediate change. Father, strengthen me emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. You the energy I have lost through stress and anxiety. Heal the exhaustion that has settled deep inside my soul. When I feel too weak to keep fighting, carry me through the hard moments. Help me not to depend only on my own understanding or ability, because I know my strength has limits, but yours does not. Your power never runs out. Your mercy is new every morning, and your love never fails. Lord, protect my heart from hopelessness. Sometimes the weight of life makes me question if things will ever get better, but today I choose faith over fear. Even in this heavy season, help me believe that brighter days are still ahead. Remind me that storms may shake me, but they cannot destroy the plans you have for my life. Teach me to stand firm even when everything around me feels uncertain. Fill my spirit with courage so I can continue moving forward despite the challenges in front of me. Father, I pray for strength not only for myself, but also for those who are silently struggling today. There are people carrying pain they cannot explain, people battling depression, loneliness, heartbreak, and fear. Touch every tired soul that feels overwhelmed by life. Remind them that they are not forgotten and not abandoned. Let your presence surround them with comfort and peace. Lord, help me release the pressure to be perfect. Help me stop pretending that I have everything under control when I truly need you. Teach me that real strength comes from depending on you completely. Even when life feels too heavy, I believe you are able to sustain me, guide me, and lift me up again. I place every burden, every fear, and every struggle into your hands today because I know you are my refuge, my protector, and my source of strength. And in this moment, Lord, I ask you to calm the storm inside my heart. There are so many voices competing for my attention every day. Fear tells me to panic. Stress tells me to give up. Worry tells me that everything is falling apart. But your presence reminds me that peace is still possible even in the middle of chaos. Today, I pray for a peace that cannot be shaken by bad news, unexpected problems, or difficult situations. I pray for the kind of peace that only you can give, the peace that reaches deep into the soul and quiets every anxious thought. Father, my mind has been overwhelmed by pressure. Some days it feels like I am carrying too much emotional lie, mentally and spiritually. My thoughts race constantly, and it becomes hard to rest because my heart is always worried about something. I worry about the future. I worry about the people I love. I worry about things I cannot control. Sometimes the chaos around me becomes so loud that I forget to be still and trust you. But right now, I choose to slow down and remember that you are greater than every storm I face. Lord, teach me how to rest in your presence. Help me stop carrying burdens you never asked me to carry alone. Remind me that I do not need to have every answer today. I do not need to understand every delay or solve every problem immediately. Help me trust that you are already working behind the scenes, even when I cannot see the full picture. When uncertainty makes me afraid, remind me that my life is still in your hands. Father, I pray against every spirit of anxiety, panic, confusion, and emotional exhaustion trying to take control of my thoughts. Replace fear with faith. Replace stress with calmness. Replace discouragement with hope. Let your peace guard my heart and mind when negative thoughts try to overwhelm me. Help me focus on your promises instead of my problems. Teach me to breathe deeply and remember that you are near. Lord, there are situations in my life that feel completely out of control. There are prayers I am still waiting on, battles I am still fighting, and questions I still do not understand. Sometimes the waiting becomes exhausting and the uncertainty becomes heavy. But even here, in the middle of unanswered questions, I ask you to give me peace. Not temporary peace based on circumstances, but lasting peace rooted in trust. Help me believe that even when life feels messy and uncertain, you are still ordering my steps. Father, calm the noise inside me. Silence the thoughts that keep telling me the worst is going to happen. Silence the fear that steals my sleep and drains my joy. Silence the doubts that make me feel alone. Fill my heart with reassurance that you are already fighting battles I cannot see. Remind me that nothing happening in my life has caught you by surprise. You already know the ending to every struggle, and you are still faithful through it all. Lord, I pray for peace over my home, my family, my relationships, and every area of my life that feels tense or unstable. Let your presence bring healing where there has been conflict, understanding where there has been confusion, and comfort where there has been pain. Help me respond with wisdom instead of anger, patience instead of frustration, and faith instead of fear. Let your peace become stronger than the pressure surrounding me. Father, even when the world around me feels uncertain, help me remember that you remain constant. People may change, situations may shift, and plans may fail, but your love never changes. Your promises remain true through every season of life. When my emotions become heavy, anchor me in your presence. When my heart becomes restless, remind me that true peace is found in you alone. Let your peace cover my mind tonight, calm my spirit, and strengthen my heart for whatever tomorrow may bring. Father, today I lay every anxious thought at your feet because I am tired of carrying fear that was never meant to control my life. So many worries have filled my mind lately, and sometimes it feels impossible to escape the pressure. Fear has a way of making problems look bigger, obstacles look impossible, and the future look uncertain. There are moments when anxiety steals my peace before the day even begins. My heart races with questions I cannot answer, and my mind keeps replaying situations I cannot change. But today, Lord, I choose to release every fear into your hands because I know you care deeply about every burden I carry. Lord, you know the thoughts that keep me awake at night. You know the silent worries I rarely speak about. You know how often I smile in front of people while privately fighting battles inside my mind. Sometimes I fear failure. Sometimes I fear disappointment. Sometimes I fear losing the things and people I love. Other times I fear that things may never improve. But your word reminds me that fear does not come from you. You have called me to walk by faith, not by constant worry and panic. Father, help me stop living as if I must carry the weight of the entire future on my shoulders. Teach me to trust you one day at a time. Anxiety keeps trying to convince me that I must figure everything out immediately, but you are reminding me that I can rest because you are already ahead of me. You are already in tomorrow. You already know the answers I cannot see yet. Even when I feel uncertain, you remain faithful and steady. Lord, I release every burden that has been suffocating. NG my peace. I release the fear of not being enough. I release the fear of failure. I release the fear of rejection, loneliness, and disappointment. I release the stress over finances, relationships, responsibilities, and unanswered prayers. I release every situation I keep trying to control out of fear. Teach me to surrender completely instead of holding on to anxiety that only drains my strength. Father, when anxious thoughts begin to rise again, remind me to turn to prayer instead of panic. Remind me that you are my safe place in every difficult moment. Help me bring every concern to you honestly instead of hiding what I truly feel. Even when my emotions feel overwhelming, teach me to trust that your peace is stronger than my fear. Let your presence calm my racing mind and quiet every storm inside me. Lord, break every cycle of overthinking that keeps me trapped in worry. So often I replay painful moments, imagine worst-case scenarios, and create fear in situations that have not even happened yet. Anxiety tries to pull me away from the present moment and fill me with dread about the future. But today I choose faith over fear. I choose to believe that you are guiding my steps everywhere. When I cannot see the full path ahead, Father, help me remember how many times you have already carried me through difficult seasons before. There were moments I thought I would never recover, yet you sustained me. There were prayers I thought would never be answered, yet you made a way. There were storms I thought would destroy me, yet I survived because your hand was upon my life. If you were faithful before, you will remain faithful again. Lord, I pray for anyone whose heart feels overwhelmed by anxiety today. Some people are silently battling fear every single day, trying to stay strong while feeling emotionally exhausted inside. Comfort every troubled heart. Bring rest to every weary mind. Let those who feel trapped by fear experience the freedom and peace that only you can give. Remind them that they are not alone in this struggle and that your love is greater than every anxious thought. Father, teach me to breathe deeply and trust you more fully. Instead of expecting the worst, help me believe that you are still working for my good. Instead of living in fear of tomorrow, help me focus on the grace you are giving me for today. Let my heart become stronger in faith and will, weaker in fear. Even when life feels uncertain, I choose to believe that you are holding me securely in your hands, Father. In the middle of this difficult season, I ask you to restore the hope that life has tried to take away from me. There have been moments when disappointment became so heavy that it felt easier to expect nothing at all. After facing delays, heartbreaks, failures, and unanswered prayers, sometimes my heart grows tired of hoping for better days. Sometimes I smile on the outside while secretly wondering if things will ever change. But today, Lord, I come before you asking for renewed hope, because without hope the soul becomes weary and the spirit begins to lose strength. Lord, you see every battle I have been fighting. You know how hard it has been to keep believing while walking through uncertainty. There are days when I feel stuck between prayers and answers, between pain and healing, between waiting and breakthrough. The process has been longer than I expected, and at times I have questioned whether my situation will ever improve. But even now, deep inside my heart, I still believe that you are able to do what seems impossible. I still believe that you are working, not even when nothing around me makes sense. Father, when discouragement tries to take over my thoughts, remind me that my story is not finished yet. Just because I have faced setbacks does not mean my future is ruined. Just because I have cried does not mean joy will never return. Just because doors have closed does not mean you have stopped making a way for me. Help me remember that difficult seasons are temporary, but your promises remain eternal. Lord, there are moments when the pain of life makes it hard to stay positive. The weight of responsibilities, emotional struggles, financial pressure, broken relationships, and unanswered questions can become overwhelming. Sometimes I look around and compare my journey to others, wondering why my breakthrough seems delayed while everyone else appears to be moving forward. In those moments, protect my heart from bitterness and hopelessness. Teach me to trust your timing instead of becoming discouraged by what I do not yet understand. Father, fill my heart with expectation again. Help me wake up believing that better days are still ahead. Even if I cannot see immediate change, let me hold on to the truth that you are still preparing singing, opportunities, healing, restoration, and peace for my future. Teach me not to let temporary struggles define my entire life. Remind me that seasons change, storms pass, and pain does not last forever. Lord, I pray for strength to keep going even when progress feels slow. Some days the journey feels exhausting and it becomes tempting to give up completely. But right now I ask you to renew my courage. Help me keep moving forward one step at a time. When I feel emotionally drained, breathe fresh strength into my spirit. When I feel defeated, remind me that you are still fighting for me. When I feel forgotten, remind me that you have never abandoned me. Father, heal the parts of my heart that have been damaged by disappointment. There are wounds created by prayers that seemed unanswered, relationships that fell apart, and dreams that did not happen the way I expected. Sometimes disappointment quietly turns into hopelessness without me even realizing it. But today, I ask you to heal every broken place inside me and restore my ability to trust again. Teach me that setbacks are not the end of my story. Lord, help me hold on to faith during seasons when life feels uncertain. Even when I cannot see what you are doing, let me believe that you are still guiding my steps. Remind me that you specialize in bringing light into dark situations and turning pain into purpose. You are able to restore what was lost, heal what was broken, and open doors no one else can open. Father, I pray for every person who feels discouraged and emotionally exhausted today. Some have been fighting silent battles for so long that they no longer know how to hope anymore. Surround them with comfort and remind them that their situation is not beyond your power. Let hope rise again in every tired heart. Let faith become stronger than fear. Let healing become greater than pain. And even in the middle of difficult times, let us continue believing that brighter days are still coming. Father, today I bring before you the emotional pain that I have been carrying deep inside my heart. Some wounds are visible to others, but many of the deepest hurts are the ones no one can see. There are painful memories, disappointments, betrayals, heartbreaks, and silent struggles that still affect me even when I try to move forward. Sometimes I pretend to be strong because I do not want others to know how brave I truly feel inside. But you see every hidden wound, every tear I have cried in private, and every moment my heart has felt overwhelmed by pain. Lord, there are experiences in my life that left scars on my emotions. Words spoken against me still echo in my mind. Rejection has made me question my worth. Betrayal has made it difficult to trust people again. Disappointment has left me feeling discouraged and emotionally exhausted. Some pain came suddenly, while other pain slowly built over time until my heart became heavy. Today I ask you to heal every broken place inside me that still hurts. Father, I pray for healing from every painful situation that continues to live in my thoughts. Sometimes I replay old memories that still make my heart ache. Sometimes I relive moments I wish had never happened. I carry regret over things I cannot change and sadness over things I lost. But Lord, I know you are able to heal even the deepest emotional wounds. Nothing is too damaged for your restoration. Nothing is too broken for your love to reach. Lord, heal the pain caused by rejection. There are moments when being ignored, abandoned, or misunderstood created deep hurt inside me. At times, I have felt unwanted, overlooked, or not good enough. These feelings have affected my confidence and the way I see myself. But today I ask you to remind me that my value does not come from people's opinions or acceptance. My worth comes from you alone. Help me stop defining myself by past rejection and start seeing myself through your eyes. Father, heal the heartbreak that still lingers in my soul. Whether it came from broken relationships, loss, disappointment, or unmet expectations, the pain has been difficult to release. Sometimes heartbreak changes a person quietly. It steals joy, weakens trust, and leaves fear behind. But Lord, I ask you to restore the parts of me that pain has damaged. Teach me that healing is possible even after deep emotional wounds. Lord, I also pray for healing from anxiety, sadness, loneliness, and emotional exhaustion. There are days when my emotions feel too heavy to explain. Some days I feel mentally drained from carrying so much pressure inside. Other days I feel isolated even when surrounded by people. But Father, I know that you stay close to the broken-hearted. You understand emotions that are difficult to put into words. Comfort me in moments with me when I feel emotionally weak, and remind me that I do not have to hide my pain from you. Father, help me release bitterness and unforgiveness that may still be living in my heart. Pain sometimes turns into anger without me realizing it. Hurt sometimes builds walls around my heart and keeps me from fully healing. But today I ask you to help me let go of every burden that continues hurting my spirit. Teach me to forgive, not because what happened was acceptable, but because I no longer want pain to control my life. Free my heart from resentment and fill it with peace instead. Lord, teach me to be patient with my healing process. Sometimes I expect myself to recover quickly, but emotional healing often takes time. There are days when I feel strong and other days when old wounds suddenly hurt again. In those moments, remind me that healing is not weakness and recovery is not failure. Stay close to me while I heal emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Father, I pray for every person silently carrying emotional pain today. Some are grieving losses they never fully recovered from. Some are hiding depression behind smiles. Some are carrying trauma, rejection, heartbreak, or loneliness through a hat no one else knows about. Lord, surround them with comfort and healing. Let them feel your presence in their darkest moments. Restore joy where pain has lived for too long. Bring peace to troubled hearts and strength to weary souls. Lord, even though life has wounded me, I believe you are still able to restore me completely. I believe you can bring beauty from brokenness, peace from pain, and healing from every hurt I carry inside. Step by step, day by day, continue healing my heart and teaching me how to live free from the weight of emotional pain, Father. Today I ask you to strengthen my faith during this season of waiting. Waiting can be one of the hardest struggles in life because it tests the heart in ways that other battles cannot. It is difficult to keep believing when prayers seem delayed, when answers do not come quickly, and when nothing around me appears to be changing. There are moments when I wonder if you still hear me, moments when silence feels discouraging, and moments when my faith becomes tired from waiting so long. But even here, Lord, I choose to keep trusting you. Lord, you know every prayer I have whispered with tears in my eyes. You know the dreams I have. He carried in my heart for years. You know the situations I have desperately asked you to change. Sometimes I expected answers to come quickly, but instead I found myself walking through long seasons of uncertainty. In those moments, fear tries to convince me that you have forgotten me or that nothing will ever improve. But today I ask you to help me remember that delays are not the same as denial. Just because I have not seen the answer yet does not mean you are no longer working. Father, strengthen my faith when discouragement begins to take over my thoughts. Waiting can become emotionally exhausting, especially when I see others receiving breakthroughs while I continue fighting the same battles. Sometimes comparison makes me question my journey and wonder why my answers seem delayed. Protect my heart from bitterness, jealousy, and hopelessness during these moments. Teach me to trust that your timing for my life is still perfect, even when I do not fully understand it. Lord, help me continue praying even when I feel disappointed. Sometimes unanswered questions make me want to give up. Sometimes I become tired of hoping because I fear being hurt again by disappointment. But faith, I ask you to renew my faith today. Help me believe again. Help me pray again. Help me trust again. Remind me that you are still listening even during seasons of silence. Father, while I wait for answers, work on my heart. Teach me patience, wisdom, humility, and deeper trust in you. Sometimes I focus so much on wanting the outcome that I forget you are also shaping me through the process. Even in waiting, you are building strength inside me. Even in uncertainty, you are teaching me to depend on you more fully. Help me not to waste this season by living in constant fear and frustration. Instead, let this season draw me closer to you. Lord, there are days when my faith feels small. There are moments when doubt creeps into my mind and tries to weaken my trust in you. Fear whispers that things will never change. Anxiety tells me to prepare for the worst, but today I reject those lies and choose faith instead. Even if I cannot see immediate evidence, I believe you are still moving behind the scenes. I believe you are opening doors I cannot yet see. I believe you are preparing blessings, healing, restoration, and breakthroughs at the right time. Father, teach me how to trust you completely instead of depending only on what I can see. Human understanding is limited, but your wisdom sees the entire picture. You know why certain doors closed. You know why some delays happened. You know what needs to happen before the answers arrive. Even when life feels confusing, help me remember that you are never confused. Your plans are still good, even when the journey becomes difficult. Lord, help me remain faithful while I wait. Let me continue walking in obedience, kindness, patience, and prayer instead of becoming discouraged and giving up. Strengthen me during the lonely moments when it feels like no progress is happening. Remind me that growth often happens quietly before results become visible. Just because I cannot see movement does not mean nothing is happening. Father, I pray for every person who is struggling to keep faith alive today. Some have been waiting for healing, financial breakthrough, restoration in relationships, open doors, or peace for a very long time. The waiting has exhausted them emotionally and spiritually. Lord, breathe fresh hope into their hearts. Remind them that you are still faithful in every season. Give them strength to continue believing, even when answers seem delayed. Lord, I surrender my timeline to you. I release the frustration of trying to force things to happen in my own way. Help me trust that what you have planned for me will arrive at the right time. Until then, strengthen my faith, steady my heart, and remind me daily that you are still working, even when I cannot yet see the answer in front of me, Father. Today, I surrender every heavy burden into your hands, because I realize that I was never meant to carry all of this alone. For so long, I have tried to stay strong by myself, pretending that I could handle every pressure, every fear, every responsibility, and every emotional struggle on my own. But the weight has become too much for my heart. The stress, the uncertainty, the pain, and the constant worrying have drained my strength. So right now, Lord, I come before you honestly and place every burden at your feet. Lord, you know every struggle I have been silently carrying. You know the worries that stay on my mind from morning until night. You know the pressure I feel about my future, my family, my finances, my health, and the situations I cannot control. Sometimes the burden feels so heavy that I do not even know how to explain it to others. There are moments when I feel emotionally exhausted from trying to hold everything together, but today I choose to stop carrying what only you are strong enough to handle. Father, teach me how to truly trust you with every part of my life. It is easy to say I trust you when things are going well, but much harder when life feels uncertain and painful. Sometimes I surrender my burdens to you in prayer, only to pick them back up again through fear and overthinking. Sometimes I ask for peace while still trying to control every outcome myself. But today I ask you to help me release everything completely into your care. Lord, I surrender the burdens that have been stealing my peace. I surrender every fear about the future. I surrender every unanswered question that keeps troubling my mind. I surrender every painful memory, every disappointment, every frustration, and every situation that feels impossible. I surrender relationships I cannot fix on my own, battles I cannot win through my own strength, and problems I cannot solve by worrying constantly. Teach me to trust that you are already working in ways I cannot see. Father, when life feels too heavy again, remind me that I do not have to carry the weight by myself. Remind me that you are my refuge during difficult times. When my thoughts become overwhelmed, draw me back into your presence. When anxiety tries to take over my heart, remind me to pray instead of panic. When fear tells me everything is falling apart, remind me that you are still holding my life together. Lord, help me release the need to control everything. So much of my stress comes from trying to force answers, force solutions, and force certainty into situations where I simply need to trust you. Teach me to rest in the truth that you already know what tomorrow holds. Nothing happening in my life is beyond your power. No burden is too heavy for you to carry. No situation is too broken for you to restore. Father, I pray for peace in exchange for every burden I surrender today. Replace heaviness with comfort. Replace fear with confidence in your promises. Replace exhaustion with renewed strength. Let my heart feel lighter knowing that I no longer have to fight every battle alone. Teach me that surrender is not weakness but faith. Real faith means trusting you enough to place my struggles into your hand. DS and believing you will guide me through every season. Lord, help me stop carrying guilt over things I cannot change. Help me stop replaying mistakes from the past and worrying endlessly about the future. Teach me to focus on the present moment and trust you step by step. When life becomes overwhelming, remind me to slow down, breathe, pray, and remember that you are still in control. Father,